Meat City, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another episode of Battle Bites here in World of Tanks. And today we are in an encounter battle on Sunset Coast. And we're in a new tank, at least new for the channel, the Astron Rex. This was the ultimate Battle Pass tank from not the current Battle Pass, but the one previously. And it was one that I picked up super late in the Battle Pass. I actually was able to acquire enough gold from some key cards that I earned in other avenues within the game without having to spend any actual money to buy gold. And it was near the end of the season. And I thought, you know what? I've seen this tank enough. It looked pretty good. I thought it was one that I would enjoy, so I picked it up. And I've been playing it off and on, and I do really like it. It is good. But the problem is I haven't had one of those like super stellar games in it yet. So there wasn't anything that was kind of worthy of a video and introducing the tank. But I had this game pretty recently, and it was a good game. Not the best game, not great, but good enough. Showed off the tank and all of its unique attributes and its strengths and also its weaknesses. And I thought that would make for a fitting video to introduce the tank. So we can see that already we've racked up our first kill in the game. This tank, it has a really interesting gun in the form of an autoloader. It is a 5-shot autoloader with a really long intra-clip reload. So we can see as I come up into position here, just got the full clip reloaded, and it is a long clip reload. It is almost 30 seconds. You can get it down just under 30 seconds if you put enough into this tank, but that's kind of the challenge because it has this long intra-clip reload. It's like 4 seconds between each of the shots within the clip, and then if you go for a reload or if you expend the full magazine, it's almost 30 seconds of reload time. So it is this weird kind of balancing tank, but you get 5 shots, you get a lot of potential damage in this tier 8 tank. You can see here, we've got, I think that's a Scourge that was in front of us, and he's not moving too quickly. We get time, you have time to aim because you're not just snapping the shots quickly. You can fully aim, you can get your target, you can get your crosshairs where you want it to go, and get ready to put in your next shot. But the downside is, yeah, you've got that limited clip, and if you go for a reload, you've got 30 seconds where you're not damaging anybody. And there are a number of tanks in the game. In this interaction right here, this is a Carnarvon, I believe, on the enemy team. He had a faster shot reload than I did with my clip. So he doesn't have a clip, he's just shooting shots, and his shots were coming out faster than the shots within my clip. It was kind of a really interesting and a really crazy moment to realize that this guy can shoot faster than me even though I've got an autoloader. And so that's one of the things you need to watch out for, right? Really rapid firing tanks. Usually you say, hey, I'm in an autoloader, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna trade shots, and because I can unload my clip faster than you can, I'll take that trade. But that's not always the case in this tank. And it doesn't have a lot of armor to rely on, so it's not like you can reliably bounce shots or trade. You have to kind of pick those spots, but it is very mobile, as we're gonna see here. So we did actually take out that Carnarvon on the enemy team. We go for a full reload, and we see there is a T-28 prototype here, and he was, I don't know why his gun was looking up the mountain. It should have been going one way or the other, covering one of those exits. But we were able to come around, put one shot in, and then that tank doesn't have a fully traversable turret, so he had to turn his tank with us. We were fast enough to get around the side of his tank and get that eventually, after the 4 seconds, get that second shot into him to take out that tank. And that's 5 kills. We have been doing some really, really good work in this battle, and I haven't had a whole lot of time to comment on the battle because I've been focusing on the tank, but you can see it's to no avail. Throughout the battle, I was like getting a kill, the other team would get a kill. I'd get a kill, the other team would get a kill, and we were keeping it close, but no matter what, every time I got a kill, the enemy team was getting 1 and then 2, and yep, now we're alone against 7 tanks. And yeah, this is not the kind of tank that you can carry a battle against 7 opponents, because as long as they can get to you in some reasonable, organized fashion, you're going to run out of shots, you're going to have a 30-second reload, you are going to die. But one thing we can do is try and take out this artillery before we go to secure ourselves a top gun. So we rush in, get past his gun. He's smart, he backs up on the hill, so I can't go all the way around him, but I'm able to wedge my nose in there, prevent him from getting his gun pointed at me. We get the kill, we get the top gun. We've got 2 shots left, we put 1 in, We put 2 in, and yeah, we're not going to last much longer than that, but even if we did, it would be a long time before we got another shot out. So the enemy tanks are able to swarm us and take us out. And so that's the Astron Rex. It is very fast, and if you can get it into a position and you can fire all 5 shots over the course of almost 16 seconds, probably from first shot to last time you're pulling the trigger. But if you can do that, this tank is great. If not, if you fire 2 shots, then you've got this decision. You had 2 shots in the engagement, the enemy gets behind cover. What do? Well, I guess you're gonna have to really take stock of the situation and decide if it's worth going for the reload, right? You're gonna have 30 seconds of downtime, but you really don't wanna go into battle with 2 shots in the magazine or 3 shots in the magazine in most situations, because it'll really handicap the potential damage that this tank can do. So it does have some cool features and some strengths, high damage potential within that clip, very mobile, fairly sneaky, right? All those things are working for it, but it is a quirky tank that can get itself into situations that are very difficult for it to get itself out of. So we can see at the end of the battle, we actually made the leaderboard. We took 3rd place overall in that battle. Of course, we're on the losing team, so we came in first for our team, but it wasn't quite enough to carry the day. Now, this being a tier 8 premium tank, one of the things it does very, very well is earn credits if you're not firing a ton of premium rounds. And I haven't really found the need to dip into the premium rounds too often. Yes, if you're in a tier 10 battle, if you're going against anything with really good armor and you're not able to use that mobility and get to the sides, if you're shooting at the front of a decently armored tank, yeah, it'd be better to have the premium ammo, but you have to think so far ahead to use it because you've got that 30-second reload that oftentimes you're not going to be in that situation. And so if you run up against something that's well armored, you better rely on your mobility to get to the side, to get to the weak points, to put in that clip. So you can see, because we didn't spend much on our premium ammo and we did a decent amount of damage, 113,000 silver earned in that battle without a premium account. That goes up to almost 170,000 with a premium account from one battle. That's a great result for a loss and a tier 8 premium tank. So this is a fantastic tank in terms of its silver earning potential. Taking a look at the medal page, a nice little collection here of medals, especially for a loss. We get the Master Gunner, we get the Fire for Effect, a Bruiser medal, a Top Gun, and a High Caliber all go along to earn us a first class mastery badge in this tank. I haven't yet gotten an ace tanker in it. It does seem to have a pretty high ceiling for that. Again, if you put this tank in the right situation, if you're in a tier 8 battle and you're shooting at tier 6s, right, you can decimate some tanks and have some pretty good results in this thing. But you really got to have that proper setup, and I haven't quite achieved that yet. But a Top Gun, a High Caliber, and a First Class Mastery Badge, that's a pretty good game for the Astron Rex. So in a battle like this, unfortunately, there's not going to be any team shout-outs. That was just a collapse from our team. So we will take a look and see that we put up 1100 XP in a loss. Again, I think we get the Courageous Resistance bonus or whatever it is for the Top Gun in the loss. That treats this as a win from the XP awards. We got 6 kills, 4,812 damage. That's a nice chunk of damage. We didn't just cruise by picking off kills for that Top Gun. We earned that with some really nice damage throughout the course of the battle. Unfortunately, nobody else even came close. I don't think anybody else did half as much damage as us on our team, and most did way, way less than that. So one of those times where we just had a decent game, but nobody else on the team was able to step up with us and support, and that's going to equal a loss. And that's fine. That'll happen sometimes. We still secured a nice result for the Astron Rex. So that's going to wrap up this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll see some more of the Astron Rex on this channel as I get more experience in this tank and rack up some hopefully impressive results in the future. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.